Greetings and salutations, humans of Earth. It's Red Wild Rider once again, coming at you live. Not live. Don't do live anymore. That's right. I gotta remember that. Oh, coming at you during a snowstorm. It's not that bad. But I had to change my recording schedule up a little bit due to some other concerns. So I'm going to do my pre-release videos first, uh, and then record my other videos. But I think the way everything's going to work out is that it's going to be one pre-release video coming out, then my little set review videos, and then the other one, the other pre-release kit, and then set booster boxes and commander not open. A bundle probably, no, definitely, and collector's boosters. Uh, it's also almost 4 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording, so if I mess something up, well, I'll mess it up. So anyway, we're gonna bust open one of these boxes, and we'll do the other box in the other video as usual. And I'll open 6 packs and the promo card, try to build a deck, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so Kaldheim, I've been watching some limited videos that people have done, some drafts, and seems like a pretty interesting limited format. Seems like games might go a little bit long, and some interesting stuff can happen. So, I have a promo Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. There's our die. There's our 6 packs of Kaldheim. Anything special in here besides arena code? I'll give out the arena code in the other video. Keep that one for myself. These are the only 2 boxes. Yep. Kaldheim. You know, as a lifelong fan of heavy metal music, while I appreciate what Wizards is doing here with this whole heavy metal theme, I feel like it's overkill. I feel like when you have guys like Gavin Verhey saying things like "Oh, that's so metal," yeah, no, I'm not really buying it. I'm sorry. Maybe that's a personal failing on my part, but uh, I think that it's overdone very heavily, and I kind of got bored of it very quickly. But I mean, they made an attempt, and I should at least be appreciative of that, and I am. But anyway, we're gonna look at the commons later. I'm just gonna break them apart in terms of colors now, which is what I usually do in these videos. Uh, I have a certain way of breaking them up. Let me just try to make sure I have enough space for everything. Yep, seems pretty good. Okay. Uncommons are Drugger's Helm, Basalt Ravager, and Saw It Coming. And we got some a couple interesting cards there. Saw It Coming is not very interesting. Basalt Ravager is okay if we manage Tribal. Drugger's Helm is really good. Runeforge Champion. Let's search for a rune. So I guess if we're going to be playing runes, then this will be good. But I don't think we have any runes yet. And we have a foil uncommon here, Axgard Armory, which, just nothing special about that necessarily. Could put us in red-white. But you know something funny? This actually goes with Runeforge Champion because I searched for an aura or equipment, and he likes runes, and runes are good with equipment, so it's a thing. It's a thing to consider as we're looking at cards. Let's go to pack number 2. Okay. By the way, as I broke down my commons and uncommons from the draft booster box, I had 3 or 4 of every common, exactly 3 or 4 of every common, and 1 or 2 of every uncommon. With the exception of the snow duels, you get 1 or 2 of each of them. But I didn't miss one. So we have a showcase Mareed of the Frost, which, there we go. That is a really cool looking changeling there. Very nice. Okay, Great Hall Starnheim, very nice. Should we go white black? Dwarven Hammer, which is another one of the equipment cards that gives you a creature, and that would also be very nice to play. The rare is Bergi, God of Storytelling, which would be very cool if we have the right red cards for it. And nothing fancy in the back, just a shapeshifter token. Okay, pack number 3. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, just separate out the commons. Oh wow, a lot of blue and a lot of red in this pack. Meanwhile, we opened some good white stuff, but then again, we don't necessarily have to play it. So we have a Boreal Outrider. That could be interesting if we end up playing snow stuff. Warhorn Blast. No, that's common. Turgid Shadow. We're not focusing. I mean, it's kind of good, but it's also kind of not good. Cosmos Elixir, which could pretty much go into any deck, which is kind of nice. And we've got a foil, another foil uncommon with Yara Glade Warden, which is a pretty decent card as well. One sec, these should be, that should go there, should go there, 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 and there. Just trying to sort this out to keep it relatively neat. I'm noticing not a lot of white cards. So looks like Runeforge Champion might not be in our future. Now, there's another foil in this pack. Wow, that is a lot of foils. Is that the Demon Bolt? I think we have good removal in red. Carter's Vicious Return. Speaking of removal, I'm actually seeing a decent amount of removal in black and red. That could be very interesting, especially with something like Carter's Vicious Return. Inga Rune Eyes. Rune Crown, which I don't think we have any runes. And I don't know why we're not focusing. There we go. Rune Crown would like to see runes. Would like to play with Runeforge Champion. But no. We do have a Dragonkin Berserker, which would be very nice actually with Bergi. Oh my god. That is a good combination. And foil Behold the Multiverse. And once again. With Nico Aris on it. Very cool. Okay. And garbage. This is interesting. This is pretty interesting pile. If we have to 3-color, we could be blue with black and red. That could be interesting. Let's see. What do we have? We have an annul in there. It's a bunch of green cards in this pack. Another Behold Multiverse. Shepherd of the Cosmos. Nico Defies Destiny, if we're playing for it. Blue-White Foretold. I mean, Battlefield Warrior. Tybalt's Trickery. Oh, boy. We're playing red. We're playing red here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing red. I don't think there's a debate right now that we are definitely in red. And I mean, what does this thing do? Oh yeah, it's card drawing. It's potentially card drawing. Probably gonna end up not playing it. Probably end up being a lot better things to play. Let's see. Let's get that out. Yeah, it's gonna be something with red. Oh, finally we get a rune. Rune of Mortality. It's in black. Rootless Hue. Svella, which could be very interesting. Could be red-green. Old Growth Troll. Oh, this guy who makes another troll through a long, complicated process, which could work out. So yeah, so I'm thinking we're probably red green. This really feels like go red green, and we have Toski as well. All right, so I even put Spell with the red pile. So I'm gonna focus on red green for right now, and see what I have there, and then we'll figure out what's going on with the other colors. I'm gonna actually have a drink of water as well. Okay. So, what creatures do we have in red? Let's find out. Count that as a creature for now. Creature. I think that's it. Okay. So we got Fearless Pup. It's a 1 mana 1/1 first strike, but we do get a boast ability that's like sort of fire breathing, but I'm not a fan of it. Dwarven Hammer will count it as a creature. It's 5 mana for a 5/1 with trample, and the +3/+0 on trample is repeatable when the token dies. So there is that. Breakneck Berserker is pretty good. Haggy Mob is pretty solid. Asgard Cavalry is fine. Basalt Ravager, what are we doing? We have Craven Hulk, which may as well play. Giant Coward. Yes. That's a Dwarf Berserker, Troll Berserker, Dwarf Berserker. Basalt Ravager might actually work out. Let's see what's going on in the spell department. I saw 2 Demon Bolts and a Frostbite. I think we didn't get enough snow stuff to do anything with. In our colors, Plains Swamp doesn't help. Island, that really doesn't help. Plains Mountain, we have 1 land in red, maybe 2 technically if you want to play the blue-red one. But I mean, it's still a shock. It's still removable, so that's fine. But Demon Bolt's really strong. The Foretell on it's pretty good too. Smashing Success. No. Seize the Spoils. Yeah, that's fine. Dwarven Reinforcements. Dwarf Berserk token's fine. Run Amok, maybe. Okay, so spells aren't too bad in red. Creatures aren't too bad in red as well. let's see what's going on in green. Let's see if we could do the whole Svella, Olgrotro, Toski, total shenanigans. Let's get the creatures up and running. So we got a couple of big boys. I see one spell we're not playing at all. Oh no, we might. That's right. Theoretically could. Okay. So we only have a few green creatures, but we do have Zvella that we could play. And we have a lot of creatures up here too. We have the four creatures, four rares that we'll be playing. So let's see what we have here. Rootless U. Dies. We could search for toughness 6 or greater. I don't know if we have anything at 6 or greater. Oh, wait a minute. We have Ravenous Lindworm. It's a 6/6. But that might be the only thing it searches for. Yara Glade Warden can get bigger. Also, very friendly, interacts with all of our red Berserker stuff, which we don't seem to be getting anything in green to match up with that. Boreal Outrider. Oh yeah, that wants us to spend snow mana, which we don't really have. Wow, the green direction is really kind of rough. Mass Vandal's okay. This might be kind of splashy. Maybe I might splash a couple of directions. Roots of Wisdom as a sorcery really isn't gonna help too much. Glittering Frost would help, and it's a snow permanent also, which is important. Snakeskin Veil is a very nice trick. Anything giving hexproof would always be good. Broken Wings. In this format, you might be able to get away with it. You could 2-for-1 somebody puts a rune on an artifact on an equipment. So that's always a thing to think about. I don't know if I'd play it really, but if you are best of threeing, then that's sideboard material for sure. Struggle for Skemfar is actually pretty good too. The Foretell being one less, really helpful, and leaves behind a counter. Another Broken Wings. King Harold's Revenge could be pretty interesting as well, but it's sorcery speed, so I'm not a huge fan. And the Roots of Wisdom, I think I put there in the beginning. So yeah, so our green is really kind of sketchy. I'm not a huge, like, we have a couple of big creatures. Marine Scream Blue. Yeah, we might have to start looking at black and see if we're going to work around Carter's Vicious Return. And, I mean, theoretically, we could splash Toski, but I don't think it's, and maybe sell it too. But I don't know if that's all really worth it in the long run. So I think I'm going to put the green aside. As much as I really kind of wanted to be in that direction, I just don't think it's strong enough. So let's look at the black. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we can play around with. Let's separate out the creatures. We got the helm there. Okay, we only got one helm, right? Yeah. So yeah, once again, we're a little light on creatures. 5 really, technically 6. Duskwielder is pretty interesting because we seem to have this boast theme going on. And his boast is pretty solid. I don't know how strong the interaction with Cosmos Elixir is going to be with this, but I don't know if I want to necessarily think about that. Infernal Pet could be pretty good. We have the 2 Demon Bolts that have Foretell. We may end up having 1 or 2 things in here that have Foretell as well. That'll help us to cast 2 spells a turn. And this gets better and better the more you could do it. Dread Rider could be interesting. The 7 toughness is rather nice. Being able to exile creature cards to drain your opponent, to make your opponent lose 3 is not bad. Death Knell Berserk is okay. I mean, we have the Draugr's Helm, and we have this guy too, that can give him +1/+0, but it does make him indestructible, so he's not really going to die. Yeah. I don't see a lot of synergy in black in the creatures, and there's not a lot of creatures on top of that. We have the Rune of Mortality. We have Demonic Gifts, which could save one of our creatures. That'd be pretty interesting. We have Way Down, which is removal. That's always good. Wither Crown is removal too. We have another Demonic Gifts. We have another Demonic Gifts? No. Dog in Pursuit is kind of cute, but I don't know. Turgid Shadow, again, kind of cute, but I don't know. Not a huge fan of the black. All right. Might come back to it, but I'm not a huge fan. Let's see what's going on in blue. We have the Undersea Invader, which is pretty solid. Frostpeak Yeti, which requires snow. Draugr Thought Thief. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nah. Two Hold the Multiverse is good. We have Inga Runai, she's good. Strategic Planning could be fine. Missile Tiara's removal. Augury Raven's good. Frost Augur. We might have more snow though, because I think I had 2 islands. Lityara Kinseekers. Yeah, that's good. Miss Walker, good. Undersea Invader, second Undersea Invader, Bergstrider. Wow. I think we're blue-red, and then we do have snow, because we have 3 snow lands. I'm just going to check the white real fast, because we did have the Axgard Armory Runeforge Champion situation. We don't have any runes. Battershield Warrior is interesting because we have the boast. We have Bergie, who's going to let us boast twice. So let me just take a look at the creatures here, because the creatures here will tell us really everything that we need to know, because we might be okay on spells. Our spells are 2 Iron Verdicts. We had no white spells. That is almost negative white spells right there. Oh wow. But Shepherd of the Cosmos could be very interesting. Story Seeker, God's Soul Guardian, no, not really. Bless Your Showmate, no, not really. Star Wars Valkyrie's fine. Bound for Raptor, I guess, might be alright. 4/2 Trampling Flyer with the Dwarven Hammer thing might be pretty interesting. But we have no spells in white. Nothing. Meanwhile, in blue, we get some card draw. And that's always helpful. We're not going to play that. So I don't think we're playing anything in here, really. All right. I think we're going blue-red. I really think it's the obvious call. I don't think there's any other way to do this that would be good. So I'm just stacking up all the rest of the cards, putting them off to the side, and committing full steam ahead let's see how we build the blue-red. Did you think I wasn't going to get the rhyme in there? All right, so we know we have the 3 snowlands. That's very important when we count up our snow stuff. Now let's get our creature pile together. I'm going to put down the side for right now. Okay. So yeah, we have a pretty decent pile of creatures. I know right away that we're not playing 2 of that flash guy that enters the battlefield tapped. But we are playing a Bergstrider. We have 3 snowlands. We're pretty sure we're going to get away with it. And there's our Undersea Invader. That's the top of our curve right there. And this other Undersea Invader goes up there because we're not playing it. We got Mistwalker at 2. We got Kinseekers at 3. Frostdogger might be okay at 1 here. We have at least one other snow permanent. We have the Snow Shock in there. We have Augury Raven. We have Inga. We have pretty full 4-spot. Haggy Mob up. And look what fills in the rest. Oh, we're pretty tight at 4. Wow. That is a lot of creature cards. We are definitely shedding some. So Fearless Pup is going away. I think we're keeping both of these creatures. 2/2 is fine there. Mistwalker is perfectly fine. So is Drogathaw Thief. So is Breakneck Berserker. So is Bergie. So the low end of our curve, that's 7 creatures. That's fine. Haggy Mob seems better now. Might not play the Undersea Invader. Basalt Ravager I think is going to be fine. I think we have a bunch of Berserkers really. I think we have a bunch of humans too. We could we might be sort of piecemealing our creatures, our creature benefits together, but we do have a couple of changelings, which helps. Craven Hulk doesn't really help, except with giants, and we only have a few of those. So I think Craven Hulk is gone. I don't want to have to worry about the. I can give him haste. What does this guy do? He can't be blocked. Oh, that's pretty good. That's good. They're all good in that stack. And Bergstrider is good, and Haggy Mob is good. All right, let's see what spells we're actually gonna play. So I think I'm just gonna cut the Craven Hulk. Ultimately, it's gonna be that. Yeah, we're gonna leave that up there. Dwarven Hammers maybe. Behold the Multiverse. We're definitely gonna play 1, and I'm just gonna put it at 2 mana. So I'm pretty sure that's getting foretold most of the time. Definitely playing Tybalt's Trickery. Because we can counter our own spell with it. And maybe get one of the big guys. We're going to have a lot of permanents too. Removal spell. 2 more removal spells. Another draw card. Trying to think how many cards we want to keep drawing here. And how good is the hammer going to be? We do have some big creatures. Tybalt's Trickery I could also use my opponent as well, obviously. I'm sure somebody's saying, like, Tybalt's Trickery is still good anyway. Like, yes, I'm well aware of that. Dwarven Hammer. The fact that it lingers around might become useful. Um, what do I get rid of? I'm gonna have one, two, three. Can't count that. 4, 5, 6 snow cards for him or her or whoever I can't see. No, I think it's her. I'm not looking close enough. Um, whatever. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I think this at this point, um, that's not something that we need to repeat, and that's still really good. That's uh, I think we don't play the Invader, we don't play the Hulk. 1, 2, 3, 7, 12, 15, 21, 22. I'm just making up my mind here. It was going to happen eventually. And what do we play for card number 23? Always bring back one of the creatures as well. If we do, it'll probably be the Hulk to keep the curve down. Um, and we're going to want to swing with him as much as possible. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. So let's see. We got a bunch of got a couple of decent removal spells. We got some pretty good card drawing. We've got Bergie, who's gonna make us a pretty decent amount of mana. We do have a fair amount of cheap spells. Quite a few things with Foretell. I foresee a lot of Foretell happening in this deck. It's like I foretold it. If I was actually going to get to play with this, which I'm not, but yeah, I think this was just very clearly blue red. I don't think there's any other way we really were going to go. None of the other colors really were consistent in both creatures and spells, uh, but blue red was. And I think this deck would be a lot of fun. I would imagine it would win a decent amount of rounds. You do have a couple of good sideboard options. You can always bring in more creatures. You have the Smashing Successes removal. You have extra removal with that, with Missile Yara. If you have to counter artifacts, you have an annul. Um, you have Run Amok if you want another trample spell. You can bring in Undersea Invader if you really kind of feel like it, which I don't know really why you would want to really bring that in. And there was we had an equipment. We had not an equipment. We had the that was that thing, the funeral longboat. Nah, you wouldn't want to bring that in. Nah, there's nothing in the board that you'd really want to bring in other than the uh, stuff in color. No, we're not gaining life, so I don't think Cosmos Elixir would help. I think a lot of this is aggro, moving creatures into the combat. I don't know if Cosmos Elixir helps. That's right armor is really nice though. All right, so yeah, I think this is the deck. As far as basic lands, I think a lot of mountains and a few islands. The deck is mostly red. There's no double cost anything in the deck, which is really solid. So I'd probably go like, I've got space for 14 lands. I'd probably go 9 and 5 or 8 and 6. I would probably take enough lands to go both, and test it out, sort it out, maybe shuffle it up once or twice and see how it worked out. But yeah, I think this would be the deck. Um, oh, you can't see the 1 mana cards for Frost Augur and Frostbite. So I'm just gonna slide everything over here so people could take a look, maybe at the end, see all the cards that I put in here and say, okay, no, you're crazy. You left those things out that should have been in there, whatever. But I think this is the best thing you would be getting out of this pre-release kit, and it's actually pretty good. I think it actually seems like a pretty interesting deck. You have a little bit of a few different things going on. You've got a couple of removal spells, and you've got a couple of pretty decent creatures. So yes, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Good to have you here. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, share the video. There's a lot of things you can do to help me support my channel. I'll probably do a giveaway when I reach some upcoming magic number of subscribers. I was thinking of doing 69, but I think that's too obvious and too plain. 100 is too obvious and too plain too. So you know what? 88 subscribers. Get me to 88 subscribers, and I'll have a little giveaway. As I get closer to 88, I'll announce what I'm going to give away. But I think I already have an idea of one of the things I'm going to include in that giveaway. Anyway, that's it for me. Once again, thank you for being here, and do all the YouTube things. And I'll see you very soon with more videos. So, that's it for me. It's Red Wild Rider. Peace. I'm out.